Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you the workflow behind creating this mechanical creature. So the ideas and techniques are strongly influenced by the ones from Polyfjord's tutorial. The link is down in the video description, and I think these mechanical creatures are really cool and I wanted to do one as a bird. So I took my first inspirations from photos of bird skeletons on the internet, as they are just a great reference how the rig must look like later. Then I just started sketching my basic ideas on paper, and after that I brought those over to a really simple rig type of thing in Blender so I can orientate myself on that while modeling. During modeling I just used the techniques and partly also the shapes from Polyfjord's creature model, but I also added some of my own shapes, and basically I just did very simple modeling, nothing too crazy. For the materials I primarily used a simple metallic shader with some noise added to the roughness. Then I also used the same noise shader for some displacement to create the feeling that deeper levels of the metal are more shiny. This just gave the whole texture a little bit more detail and realism. When rigging, I often use the workflow to set the cursor to selected vertices and then extrude the bone to the cursor. For the rig on the cylinder, I use damped drag constraints, where one part of the cylinder points to the other. For the mechanical rig at the bottom, I used an external rig with multiple constraints, like for example inverse kinematics. The rig at the bottom was later parented to the main controller bone of the main skeleton. As I was finished rigging, I firstly created several poses for the bird, like for example standing, flying, spread or folded tail, and also the T-pose. For the flying animation I created 4 key poses I used later. Using these poses for animation really saved me a lot of time and sped up my workflow, as you just need to click on the pose and immediately the entire rig is in the wished pose, which is great. For animation I used the main controller bone for basic movements and the poses for the flying movement. I also added the swinging movement on the legs and on the tail, so the entire movement looks more natural and realistic. In addition, a little extra head movement gave the bird a little bit more natural looks. For the wing, my idea was to replace the feathers with leather, and I had to use cloth simulation for that. First, I set the parts that were stuck to the brackets as a pin group, then I hooked the vertices of that pin group to the according bone and played around with the settings of the cloth simulation a little bit. With a basic lighting setup and a moving ground, the animation was completed. Thanks for watching, and please consider liking the video and subscribe to my channel. Bye!